to see their father. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I was big on keeping the family together.
Right.
I came from a 2-parent family. I still have both of my parents. They're both together. So that's what I know.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to also, implement with my children. So I'm very big on that.
Right. It is a double-edged sword to me as a child being in that experience, because I remember my grandmother asking me, "Do you want to go see your mother?" And I remember seeing my father, "Do you want to go and do this?" Yes. I don't ever not want to see my mother, but I don't want to see her in this position. But the double-edged sword was when I did go, sometimes that visitation is taken. So, you're getting ready and you go all the way up there, especially as a child, it's just snatched right underneath you with no explanation, no anything. And then you have to harden your heart. That's what I ended up learning, having to do, was to harden my heart at an early age, which took me into my adulthood, which took me into my relationships. And that's something I had to heal myself as I became an adult. And it took time. Did you have to do some type of self-healing or repairing?
Oh, definitely. Because when you go to the prison, you're treated like an inmate as well.
Yeah.
So me and my children were subjected to everything that my husband was subjected to.
Yeah.
Being searched, disrespected if they felt like it.
Correct. Talk to any kind of way.
Right. They think that because they're an officer, they're at such that power and control. But then you have the good officers that see you every weekend and they commend what you do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a give and take.
It is.
But I think it was the best thing for my family and for all children. I think that just because your mother or father is gone, incarcerated, you still gotta go check them out.
Did your children ever give you, well, I don't know when they were young, but even now that they're older, did they give you any feedback on how they felt going to the visitations?
All they said is they knew, like the weekend, they knew was their dad's weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're going to their dad's house.
It becomes normal.
Right. It became normal. They knew Thursday, Friday, until my baby started going to kindergarten, of course. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're at Indian Springs. So they knew that was their life. And we were there from 7:30 to 4:30. So if y'all got something to do afterwards, by all means, I'm going to take y'all to do it. But during those hours, we going up there. So they never said anything. And to this day, like, they have never said, like, "Mama, why you bring us up there so much? We didn't want to see that," or "that did something to us." They've never said that.
Do you think it's different from boy children to girl children?
I would have to say, yeah. It's definitely different. Daddy's girl versus daddy's son. So I'm sure it is somewhat different. Or dad's mom, and child. So I definitely think it would be different based off of the gender of the child.
I want to change this a little bit. How do you feel about the men when they visit their women that are incarcerated?
Do men visit their women?
I know that story is a little bit different. So I kind of want to touch on that to bring that to awareness, as us women are loyal, as they will say. We go and visit the men.
So that's funny, because I'm going to still go to what I said about stability and the men having it good. Most times the women don't have a record, so they can go visit, right? Now I got this husband that's at home and I'm in prison. More likely than not, he has a record.
Yeah.
So he's coming to see me? No.
Yeah.
But they made it so good now that you can be on
the virtual.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he could still see me, just not physically,
right.
or come see. But I haven't been up there to the visiting room at the women's prison, but I can imagine it's probably more mothers, the grandmothers, aunties, children, versus men. Maybe fathers are up there. Maybe.
Yeah. I want to pivot back a little bit. As in transportation for the children, are we thinking like maybe a bus taking the children up? Because they are far. We already know that they're way far off civilization.